here, welcome to Frames Per Second. Today we are shooting Cinestill 50D. Now I have this in 35 and 120, so we're going to shoot both here. Mostly because it's a low ISO film and cinema film, and I think in the snow it'll be pretty cool. And so we're also going to be talking about shooting in snow, because you do have to do things differently, especially if you're using your internal light meter. Because snow's everywhere, your light meter is reading more light than it should. So what you have to do is overexpose it by 1.5, 2 stops if you want to get proper exposure. Otherwise, your snow, which is your whites, that's what the camera is going to expose for. And so it's not going to look nice and like snow. So you need to overexpose it so that the snow actually looks like snow. So
Motion picture film is made to be graded, and because of that I am showing you both the edited and unedited versions of the image. And also because with Cinestill we are processing it in C41 and not in the chemicals that motion picture film is meant to be processed in as well. And so it is going to look different to how it would be if it was developed in the right chemicals. And also motion picture film is photochemically graded as well. Of course now we scan it and grade it, but back in the day it also used to be graded photochemically and adjusted. And so because of that, I think it's fair to grade your Cinestill. And obviously I do adjust and color correct my images in Photoshop anyway, and I think there's nothing wrong with that, because when we digitize film anyway through scanning, we also are adjusting the color, adjusting the exposure. The only way you can truly get unedited film is if you leave it as a negative. Even when you're printing in the darkroom, you are making adjustments. So to the people that say they don't edit their film, the fact that you put it online means that it was scanned, so you are editing your film. And I find it kind of annoying that people think they're high and mighty because they don't, but cinema film was made to be corrected. The 50D has very fine grain, and obviously it's 50 ISO, and looks really great. And the color itself, because it's done in C41, I think it does come out more green than it would in proper chemicals, and I know this because I've actually shot some short films on motion picture film. And so when I do start developing my own film in the future, wouldn't mind getting my hands on some of the right chemicals and actually shooting with motion picture film and developing it properly.
okay guys, it's night, but I still need to finish the roll of Cinestill. So I'm gonna do some long exposures and hopefully we can get something good.
I know there's a company in Europe that does develop stills shot in motion picture film in the right chemicals as well, and they send you really big files as well, so I might test that out for a video. Unfortunately it's really pricey, so try to get me over 1,000 subscribers guys, and then I can start monetizing my videos, and then I'll eventually do that video. Great thing about motion picture film is it gives you a lot to play with, and you can produce really nice images with just a bit of tweaking, and I really like a lot of the shots I got. And with these long exposures, I didn't know any of the reciprocity details of this film, so I basically just doubled the time I needed, and it seemed to turn out quite well. So far this has all been 35mm stuff. I'm really happy with how it turned out, especially how fine the grain is. Even after editing, you're able to manipulate it quite a bit, because motion picture film does have a lot of latitude and a lot of play, and it gives you quite a flat profile to really add your own contrast and color to it. I haven't done a lot of long exposures at all really with photography, and so it was kind of fun doing it. Unfortunately, not everything was done on a tripod. A lot of things were handheld, like this shot. It's a bit shaky, but I got the exposure right, and the color does look good. And so these are just really awesome Japanese treats. It's a bit touristy, but I mean, they're all pretty, they all taste really good. And so, yeah, I just thought I'd show off some of the stuff because it looks super cute, super aesthetic, and super tasty. And so this is the next day, and here is all the 120 stuff I shot. Unfortunately, this day wasn't that bright. It was rather cloudy and rather snowy, and so there wasn't a lot of nice sunlight, which I think the Cinestill 50D does quite benefit from quite a bit, at least in the snow. If it was just a sunny summer day in Australia, I think a cloudier day would look better. We could have used a bit more light, a little bit more direct light at least.
So I'm a human marshmallow.
Okay, no, too much. Well, before that big. Yeah, there's no covering up.
Yeah, you haven't done your.
Going bit by bit.
I think I might have to do slower shutter stuff, so I do have a little Gorilla Pod, which I am using, so I can do slow shutter stuff. So we'll be doing that with my 605 recording, and we're gonna go for a shot for this.
But there's still some nice images here. Unfortunately, some images are a bit shaky, and because it was quite cold, there are a few shots where the shutter was just a bit sticky, so it kind of peaks in at the top and cutting some stuff off, which is unfortunate. You can always crop that, and though some shots are kind of ruined from it because of the way I did compose the images. I am a little bit annoyed because there's some nice stuff that I would have liked without that little shutter kind of peeking in, because it was a bit cold, so the shutter speed was a bit off. Now this is a shot that I wish the shutter didn't peek in. Just gonna cut off the tips of the trees. So with the meter I ended up overexposing it 2 stops, and it turned out quite nice. The snow was exactly how I needed it to be. My lens got a bit of moisture, and so it is a bit hazy, which is unfortunate. And this was all with my 80mm lens, with the 120 stuff. And as you can see, here's the shutter cutting off, and here it is getting hazy because it got foggy in the lens. And it would have been nice if it wasn't. So this is just my thoughts on Cinestill 50D. It's a really nice film, very versatile, and if you don't have harsh, crazy sunlight, you don't have to worry about the haloing effect. And I feel like Cinestill has less kind of haloing effects in 120 compared to when you shoot with 35.
Cool, so that's it for the 50D. Hope you guys enjoyed the images. I've been enjoying my time in the snow, and we'll have another video from here as well with another roll of film. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and comment below if you like any of the images or want to see anything else from me while we're here. But anyway guys, I'm Josh, it's been Frames Per Second. Just get out there, shoot some film.